Let's see if this angle is going to work today. Trying something new. I'm not a fan, but here we are. I set it up. But hello, hi, welcome and welcome back. My name is Brittany, and today's video is my November wrap up and December TBR. We're gonna do a twofer. Um, Happy Thanksgiving, happy Turkey Day, happy Thursday. I'm hoping your day goes well with delicious food. I hope today is not a day of stress. If it is, I hope this can relax your mind a little bit. Um, yeah, let's get crack-a-lackin'. Oh shoot, I should have checked my timer. Oh, hold on to that thought. I gotta check my Chex Mix. Speaking of cooking, I'll be back. Hold on. Alrighty, I am back. Took Chex Mix out of the oven. They're cooling. Can't wait to taste them because now the whole house smells like Chex Mix. Um, so I'm excited. But yeah, today's video, just a little quick recap. I'm going to talk about my November wrap up and my December TBR. And you're probably wondering, because I'm filming this on Thanksgiving, you're like, Brittany, girl, you got like 2 days or no, 3 days before December. And I'd be like, you're correct. But my mindset, I gotta keep going because I mean I don't have to, but I mean, why stop now? So I do have for my December books, I got quite a bit. So we're gonna see how this goes. Um, but yeah. And then I'm already starting to get my chart ready for my TBR for 2025. That will be a video soon. So yeah, I gotta prep because if I don't do it now, next year it's gonna be a hot mess. Even the end of this month is gonna be, or the end of this year is gonna be a hot mess as well. So, anyways, so that's my prep here. So we're gonna talk about my wrap up first. I read a total of 9 books, and that's including the books I wanted to read for Native American Heritage Month. We'll get into those books in very soon. Oh, I should count how many books because I don't remember. One, two, three, four, five, six. Okay, so I read for my Native American Heritage book themes, I read 6 books. So, um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I feel like out of all the months, the last few months, November is taking the longest. Because, like I said, I feel like my mind's already in December. I'm already starting to read. I mean, already listening to Christmas music. Um, Christmas is my favorite holiday out of all the holidays. Christmas is my favorite. Don't ask me why. Because it is, well, yeah, don't ask me because it's actually kind of sad. But yes. So now that's my done rambling. Let's get into the books. The first book I read was Dinner for Vampires: The Life on a Cult TV Show by Bethany Joy Lenz. If you don't know her, she's an actress that was on One Tree Hill. She played, oh my God, my brain just literally, what is her character? Um, oh my gosh, I can't believe I just had a brain fart. I, hold on, let me, and it's going to drive me crazy too. Um, One Tree Hill. What is her character on that show? Haley. That's what it was. Okay. So yeah, so she plays Haley, who is Lucas's best friend, and she ends up, yeah, she's Lucas's best friend on the show, and then um and the love interest is Scott Lucas, right? Is it, no, Scott, Nathan Scott. It's been a minute. I need to go back and rewatch One Tree Hill to refreshen up my One Tree Hill uh facts here. But yeah, so she played a Haley James. And she talks about in her book, it's a memoir. I thought it was a biography, but she talks about her life, or not not essentially like her life, but how she ends up being on a cult in her early 20s, I believe. Um and being on a show, and how, and just how she the dynamics of being, I guess in a way it's like ironic because she's in a cult and then she's also in a cult TV show. But she talks about just her time, being split into essentially like two different worlds. And she talks about her marriage, which I had no idea at the time she was married or even had a child, which is none of my business anyways. But when I was listening to it, I was like, "Oh, you have a whole life that I had no idea about." But I um, I think I said I mentioned it, that I listened to it. I listened to it on Libby, and I would recommend it to listen to it on Libby, because, or not on Libby, just listen to it on audio, because there's some guest stars that make an appearance in the audio. Um, in the book, I don't know how it is in the book when reading it, how it comes off of these special guesses on there, but it's very. At first, it scared me because I was like, it went to like Bethany's voice, and then all of a sudden it's like this other person's voice. But I did enjoy it. I gave it a 5 star, um, and um, and I feel like also when listening to her reading her book, I feel like she should do more, uh, like voice acting. She was really good. I mean, who am I to be like, oh, but I feel like she should tap into a little bit of some voice acting work. Um, and I mean, I'm not saying that because I know what it takes to be a voice actor, but I mean, when she was doing all, uh, I don't want to say characters, but these are like essentially real people in her life, um, and how she, uh, like portrays them is very interesting, or at least like narrate like a book, an audiobook, because she's really good at it. I think she should tap into that. But anyways, I'm rambling on once again. But I did give it a 5 star. I, like I said, I would recommend it to listen to it. Moving on to the next book, I finally finished reading American Royalty by Tracy Livingstone. I gave it a 4 star. Um, I do have the second book. I wonder if there's another book. Hold on, or is it um just the 2 books? Okay, it's just the 2 books. But as far as I know, uh, this book is basically, this book was inspired by Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, but with a twist to it. So you still got your Prince Harry, but it's like if Prince Harry met Megan Thee Stallion, essentially, um, which I adore. I loved it. I love both characters. They're the only thing I wish there was a little bit more of. There's a an up and coming female, another up and coming female rapper that was trying to, get her clicks and views and trying to get a collab with our main character, the Duchess. And well, I was gonna say no. I wanted just a little bit more of their interaction, a little bit. It kind of just like dissipated, or not so much dissipated. It kind of just like disappeared. Like, oh, she kind of like, I don't know. I can't explain it. without spoiling it. But anyways, I did like it. If there was ever like a movie or a TV show, I would cast Theo James and Megan the Stallion. Thank you. Uh, moving on. Oh, and it's also a romance. Did I mention that? Um, I think I did. But anyways, there was something else. Whatever. I'm in Thanksgiving thinking mode now. My next book is Fire Exit, and I read by Morgan Talley. In my what video was that? Was it my weekend vlog? I had accidentally spoiled the rating, but I gave it a 5 star. I did also, I think I listened to this book as well on audio. Most of these books I actually read. I was an audiobook girly this month for whatever reason. But yeah, I did listen to this with Fire Exit. It's about our main character, Charles, who lives next door to his daughter, who has no idea that that's her father. Excuse me. And he wants to tell her, and most of the people in her family, or excuse me, most of the people in his family um, don't want to, don't want him to tell her that secret. And so you kind of go down this rabbit hole with him, and struggling, try to figure out if he should tell the secret or keep it to himself. And then there's also a dynamic between his mother and him, and the death of his stepfather. And his mother thinks that something else happened, and he's like, no, that's, it's kind of back and forth of how he, or what's the truth of how his stepfather dies. And I don't know, this was really, I did enjoy it. Um it is sad. Just, oh, it's actually, it ends on a bittersweet note, so it's not as sad. Um I was trying to see, I don't think there's any trigger warnings. Um I'm trying to think. I don't think there was. So I think uh yeah, I think you're all good for this one. But yeah, I gave it a 5 star. And then the next one that I read was Coexistence Stories by Billy Ray Belcourt. I think last time I accidentally said Billy Ray Cyrus. That's not true. His name is Billy Ray Belcourt. And I gave it a 5 star. And this one is short stories of our main character. Actually, I think it's two. No, it's just the one. So it's basically our main character is trying to figure out his sexuality as a gay man, or as a young gay man, I should say, in his young adult. And he goes, kind of takes himself looking for love all in all the wrong places. And you just follow his story, and the people around him try to maneuver of how to be present, and also trying to find love, and then grieving. And um and there's another word, I can't think of it. I see it in my head, but I can't. Anyways, but yeah, I think though it's only like 100. No, I think it's about 200 pages, so it's a very short story book. um actually, this is a book that I read from the library. I actually still have this book. I'm gonna return it tomorrow, but yeah, it's this book here. Um, and yeah, it's, oh, that's what I wanted to look at. How many pages? Oh, I was kind of close. It's 154 pages, so it's a quick, short read. And I got that off the library. And then the next book I listened to, and this book is probably the one that scared me the most, just because nowadays the life that we're living in technology. um it's called Robo Apocalypse, and this is which I just discovered like a couple weeks ago, or like a week ago. um no, 2 weeks ago I should say, that this is a series. And this is book one, and it's by Daniel H. Wilson. So basically it's about man versus robots, essentially, with a different kind of take to it in a way. Um, but why I say this book scared me, and I listened to it, so that made it worse. Is just how and it made me also think about, I don't want to say his name on my video, but the man who makes certain cars, who made certain robots just like a month ago, um, made me think of this. But it does give you kind of like our robot vibes, and kind of Terminator ish per se, and all the AI, artificial robot movies that you can think of. It's in this book. I gave it a 4 star. Um, I'm not, I don't know if I'm going to read the novella and the second book, because this book did kind of like drain me, because there's some parts that kind of like dragged, and that I feel like there was no, um I guess, I don't know if that's, I don't want to speak for the author, but I feel like there was some scenes where I'm like, is the humans gonna win? And then at some point I was like, let the humans die at this point, because we can't get it together. But it also left it open ended, because as I just said, that I didn't realize there's a novella and a second book. So, but yeah, I gave it 4 stars, and I listened to this on. I don't remember. I can't remember if I listened to this on Libby uh or Spotify. That part I can't remember. It was one of the two. But moving on, the next book I've read, or the next book that I listened to, is Blood Sisters, and by Vanessa Lilly. And this book's about our main character. I almost said Adonis, but that's the wrong book. What is her name? Sid. That's right. Sid is part of the BIA. I think she's considered as a an, excuse me, anthropologist. No, archaeologist. That's the word I'm looking for. And she gets kind of her boss essentially kind of lets her know that there's a case that she needs to do, or not needs to, she has to do, and it involves her sister being missing, and there's another girl that's been missing, I think, for like for years. And she goes back home to Oklahoma to solve uh, the cold case of the missing girl, and then solve the case of her missing sister. And this one was pretty good. Uh, it was very intense, and also there was a twist that I was not expecting. I thought it was going to be all straightforward thriller, and there was a twist, and I really enjoyed it. The I would say, for this book, maybe check your trigger warnings, because there's some scenes that were, especially in the beginning. Yeah, definitely check your warnings of assault and murder for sure. Um, because like right when you start it, it talks about it right away. But did I say I gave it a 4 star? I think I did. Yeah, so I gave that a 4 star. My next book, speaking of trigger warning, check your trigger warnings for this book, for racism, sexual assault. What else am I missing? Death, and I think that's it for this book. It's called Betty by Tiffany McDaniel. I gave it a 5 star. I also listened to this. I listened to this book on Everand, on another uh kind of like what is that app kind of reminds me of? I forgot, but I listened to it on Everand. This book literally had me crying at work, on my breaks, of course. Um, and This book follows about our main character, Betty, and her and her family move from basically from all over the states, but they settle onto um, what state was it? I can't remember, but it kind of shows her as a biracial girl because her father's Cherokee and her mother's white, and her and her siblings go through a lot. I can't even. Um, I just I do recommend reading the book or listening, but I would say please check your trigger warnings because there's some themes that I wasn't for sure myself that I can handle, especially if I was crying at work. Not truly like crying, but I did have a couple tears. Let me rephrase that. But I gave it a 5 stars. I believe this is considered. I just want to double check. I think it's historical. Yeah, it's a historical fiction book. For some reason, I thought it was a nonfiction book, like it was based on the author's life, but it wasn't. That was my my misunderstanding. But my next book is Black Sun. I also listened to this book. What app I listened to, I don't remember. I want to say it was on Libby. Was it on Libby or on Hoopla? One of the two. Because I think I was trying to listen to it on Spotify and I ran out of time, I guess. That's a whole nother conversation with Spotify. Anyways, I did listen to it. Yeah, I did listen to it. I gave it a 4 star. I do have the physical copy somewhere. I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere around here. And this one's a fantasy book. And is it high fantasy? I don't remember if it's. I know it's considered a fantasy book, but yeah, it's considered a high fantasy book. I did enjoy it. I can't wait to read book 2 and 3. I think it's already out because I'm of course super behind on these books. Um, yeah, 2 and 3 is already out. I think book 3 already came out this year. Yeah, so I'll be putting that on my TBR for next year. Um, and Yeah, I think that's it. Right? Oh no, I'm missing one more book. Oh, did I say I rated it a 4 star? I did rate this book a 4 star. Lastly, this is I finished this book yesterday. Um, I started this book back in October. This is not a Native American book at all. This is my Unhinged Queen, Frida McFadden book. Is The Housemaid is Watching. This is her third book. I was just told recently that there's a uh is it considered a novella? I think it is between book 2 to book 3, which is The Housemaid's Wedding. I think that's what it's called. Which I didn't know that was even a thing, and that came out a couple days ago or a week ago. One of the two. I rated this crazy ass book. I shouldn't be cussing on here. This crazy book. I apologize. Um, a 4 star. But let me see. Oops, that's not what I want. The house. Yeah, so it is. The Housemaid's Wedding is the 2.5 from in between book two and book three. And I think she's making another book. Um, so like I said, I finished this book literally last night because I wanted to include this in this video and I wanted to be done with this book because for a while when I was reading it I had no idea what this book was going to be like. I mean, I knew Miss Frida had something up her sleeve. After reading some of her books now I kind of get her um I guess style of writing per se. But she still always baffles me. And I feel like when she's writing these books, she is truly laughing. Like she's like, I'm gonna get these girls. But the twist was something I wasn't expecting. Um, it was the twist was random, I mean, I shouldn't say it was random. I mean, it kind of was. I don't know. And then Millie, I feel like in this book, I don't know if it's because she's a mother now and, she got to, I don't know. I just felt like Millie was like annoying in this book. Um, and she was kind of annoying in the second one too. But, um, but yeah, uh, like I said, this third book, it was a ride, I guess. I've of course am I going to continue reading her books? Yes, because I don't know why I'm so interested in these freaking books of hers because um I think it's her style of writing because you don't know what's going to happen and then when it happens, it's something completely unexpected. Um and I think that's why I'm enjoying her books right now because I think they're not uh what's the word I'm looking for? It's not predictable, I guess. Or I guess in a way it is poor, oh my god, I can't even say the word predictable because it's just how the twist is. Like I don't know. I can do a whole Alan what's the word? Like a whole now analysis of Miss Frida McFadden, but I don't know if I have that mindset yet. But anyways, Um, I got this video is gonna be hella long. I apologize with all my rambling. Let's segue to my December TBR. Um, yeah, let's do it. Oops, let's turn this off so I won't mess it up here. All right, so my December TBR. I did have a list. I don't know if I'm gonna go off this list because it's a lot. One, two, three. Oh, but I also have another book on my Kindle. So let's not go off this list because things have changed and I forgot I got books that I wanted to read. So, but I do want to say, because one of the books that's on my Kindle is on this list, so I'm going to start it with it first. I'm going to read My December Darling by Lauren Asher. What is that book about? I have no idea. Lauren Asher is probably one of my favorite romance authors right now. So whatever she's writing, I'll I'm gonna read it. Um, I don't know what I did with my Kindle. All right, I guess I'm gonna um go back onto my iPad real quick to read what is my December Darling is about. I know it's um one of the characters from the lakefront. What's that one called? My oops, I spelled December wrong. December Darling. Here we go. Okay. So, so it's a small town Christmas novella by New York best time seller author of Lakefront Billionaire series that would makes you want to pack your bags and spend a holiday in Westria. Um, Catalina playing the part of my sister's maid of honor. Oh, I wonder, are this is this the characters from um oh my gosh, what's that one book? Um The Fine Print? No, that's not it. What is that book called? Hold on. Um Final Offer is what I'm thinking about. Uh what is her name? Oh no, it's not her. Never mind. It's not her either. Is it her? No. Okay. I'm tripping. Anyways, let me go back. Because I thought it was from one of the fine print series. But anyways, um where did I left off? So Catalina is playing the part of my sister's maid of honor. It's easy even if she's marrying my ex. What? Um uh but playing nice with the best man, even an impossible task given our history. Sure, Luke Darling may be suspiciously kind and incredibly handsome and stubborn to a fault, but regardless of how hard he tries to make me, or hold on, but regardless of how hard he tries to make me see otherwise, I'm not interested. This is gonna sound like, I don't want to say enemies to lovers, but that's what it is giving me. Where am I? On it's on what? I'm not interested. It's on me to remind him that my ex-boyfriend's best friend, or that he's my ex-boyfriend's best friend. And the one I'm secretly starting to wish I met. Oh, and the one I'm secretly starting to wish I met first. Luke's my job. What lose my job as the best man is a simple one, except for one minor issue. I spent so much time avoiding my best friend's ex that I didn't consider that what could happen if I started craving Catalina's Martinez company instead. Started craving? Who wrote this? Because this doesn't make anyways. But that's what oops, I broke it. There we go. Um Cutting that off real quick because this video is going to be super long. That is my December darling. So it sounds like it's going to be, what did I say? Enemies to lovers, or not so much enemies to lovers. Sounds like, um, what is that trope? I don't remember. But anyways, I'm going to eat that up. I was going to buy the physical copy at Barnes, but it's a print on demand. And I was like, oh, I don't want to wait for it to get here. So luckily enough, Kindle has it. So I'm going to read that. My next one, and this is in no particular order, FYI. Um, what is this book? A Christmas Promise by Nora Jones, Nora Roberts, and this is a 2-for-1. So it has a will and a way, and a home for Christmas. So I bought this book like a couple years ago. Well, not a couple years ago, maybe like a year and a half ago, and I didn't get a chance to read it because I've been wanting to read Nora Roberts books, and so this will be one. So yes, and then I should probably also mention I should finish reading Body and Soul Food by Abby Collette. This is another book I had started reading, as you can see my bookmark, and put a hold on it because I wanted to read uh, Native American Heritage Month books, or theme books. I don't want to say theme books, but more Native American books. So I'm going to go back to this probably first because I've already started reading it, and then go from all my other books. Moving on, Everyone This Christmas Has a Secret by Benjamin Stevenson. I've talked about this book a couple videos ago. So it's obviously I picked this because it's a Christmas themed murder mystery book. So I picked this one. I'm going to mention that one last. Oh, well, yeah. And then I'm going to read, which I had talked about in my last video, which was, it has not, hopefully, by the time this video is posted, my book haul video is already posted. If not, I talked about a no, I said that wrong. A Holly Jolly Ever After book. And in the holidays, I mentioned this book or these two books in my book haul um, that I'm going to read. Like I said, hopefully I put my book haul video up first before this video. If I didn't, surprise, surprise. And then lastly, I had this book for a while now, and it's giving me like kind of New Year's Eve vibe. Um, and it's A Party of Two by Jasmine Guillory. And this another book that I had for a while. I think I still have the receipt in here. Oops. Does it tell me when I bought this book? I bought this book. I bought this book May 7th of 2022. Um yeah, so that clearly tells me how long I had this book for. So I'm going to finally get to this book. Um so those are the books I'm going to read. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books, right? Yeah. That's including the one on my Kindle. Sorry, this last part felt rushed because I realized that I don't want to make this any longer than it has to be. But yeah, so that's my November wrap up, my chaotic December TBR. Once again, thank you for watching. Happy Thursday, happy Turkey Day, happy Thanksgiving. Hope you eat delicious food. I'll see you in the next one. Support your local libraries, support your local indie bookstores. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Oh, I forgot I had to